Far out in the dark stretches of space, where the stars twinkle like ancient jewels, there exists a forgotten place. The quarantine zone, as it is called, was once a bustling space station. Ships arrived and departed daily, carrying explorers, traders, and scientists. But then, one day, without warning, the station was abandoned. Its lights went dark, and the engines fell silent. Strange warning beacons blinked from its outer walls, echoing through the void. "Do not enter," the beacons warned in every language known to the stars. "Stay away. The station is cursed." The legend of the quarantine zone began to spread through the cosmos like wildfire. They said that once the station was abandoned, something terrible had happened inside. No one knew what it was, only that those who ventured too close never returned. Yet, there were always a few brave souls who ignored the warnings. Among them was Captain Zara and her crew, a team of explorers known for seeking the mysteries of the stars. Zara had heard the stories, but her thirst for discovery was stronger. She gathered her crew and set course for the station. As they approached, the silence of the station was overwhelming. The beacons blinked steadily, their warning now a haunting call. Zara's crew felt uneasy, but they had come too far to turn back. When they docked and stepped onto the station's cold, metal floors, the air felt thick, almost as if it was holding its breath. The crew split up, exploring the halls, which were eerily empty. The only sounds were the soft hums of their equipment and the distant echoes of their footsteps. And then, something strange happened. The station seemed to whisper. An unexplained light flickered in the corner of Zara's eye, and the walls shimmered with an ancient energy, as if the station itself was alive, watching. A faint voice, barely audible, echoed through the silence. "Turn back, before it is too late." Captain Zara's heart raced, her breath caught in her throat. She signaled to her crew, urging them to regroup in the central chamber. The eerie voice still lingered in their minds, each step they took feeling heavier than the last. The station's corridors were long and twisting, as though designed to confuse and mislead. The lights flickered once more, casting strange, shifting shadows on the walls. As they made their way deeper, they found something unsettling, ancient symbols, etched into the walls of the station. They were not from any known civilization. Zara studied the markings, feeling an unexplainable chill run through her. It was as if these symbols had been waiting for someone to find them. She touched the wall, and immediately, a low hum filled the air, like the pulse of a distant heartbeat. The hum grew louder, and suddenly, a door on the far side of the room creaked open. It was a door that had not been opened in centuries. Inside, the crew found an abandoned control center, its consoles still glowing faintly with power. But there was no sign of life, only rows of empty chairs. The air was thick with dust, and on one of the screens, an image flickered, an alien face, frozen in time. It was a creature unlike any they had ever seen. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and its face was marked with strange scars. Zara felt the presence of something ancient, something far older than any race in the galaxy. Then, the voice returned, louder this time, echoing through the control room. "They are waiting for you to understand." The crew stood frozen, staring at the screen. The alien face seemed to be speaking directly to them, but no words were spoken aloud. It was as if the message was being transferred directly into their minds. A rush of images flooded Zara's thoughts, visions of a lost civilization, of stars collapsing, of worlds devoured by an unseen force. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the screen went dark. The room fell into a deathly silence. "Get out," Zara whispered, her voice trembling. The weight of the station's ancient secret was too much to bear. But as the crew turned to leave, they saw something in the shadows, a figure, humanoid but twisted, watching them from the doorway. The figure in the doorway was no longer a shadow, but a being, tall, cloaked in darkness, with eyes that shimmered like the stars themselves. Its form flickered, shifting between solid and transparent, as though it was not fully anchored to this reality. The crew took a step back, instinctively reaching for their weapons, but the figure made no move. It simply stood there, watching them, as though waiting. Zara's heart pounded in her chest. She tried to speak, but the words died in her throat. Then, the figure's voice echoed in her mind, calm and ancient, like the sound of galaxies slowly turning. "You have come, just as they did before." The words sent a ripple through the crew. "Who are you?" Zara managed to ask, though her voice trembled. "I am the last one," the figure replied, its form shimmering in and out of focus. "I was here when the stars were born. I was here when the first civilizations fell. I was here when the darkness consumed all that once was." Zara felt the weight of the being's words in her very bones. The last one, it was not a creature from their galaxy, but a remnant of something far older, something from the very edges of the universe. It was a survivor, one who had witnessed the rise and fall of countless worlds. "You seek the artifact," the last one continued, its voice resonating with an eerie calm. "The one that was sealed away to protect the universe. You have entered the quarantine zone to find it, but you do not understand the cost." Zara's mind raced. What is the artifact?" she asked, her curiosity piqued despite the fear that gnawed at her. The last one's form flickered once again. "It is not a thing. It is a force. It is what holds the fabric of reality together, what prevents the void from swallowing all that exists. The civilization that once built this station, the ones who left these markings, they knew of it. They tried to harness its power, to control it. And they failed." The crew was silent, digesting the weight of the last one's words. Zara could feel the danger pressing in on them from all sides. The station was not just abandoned, it was a tomb, a prison, holding back something ancient and powerful. The artifact was a force that could undo everything. "You must leave," the last one said, its voice now a mere whisper in the vastness of space. "Do not seek what should remain hidden. The cost of knowledge is greater than you can bear." But as Zara turned to leave, the station trembled beneath their feet. The walls groaned, as if waking from a long slumber. The lights flickered once more, brighter this time, and the whispers grew louder, voices from beyond, voices of those who had come before. And then, just as quickly as it had all begun, everything stopped. The last one was gone. The station fell silent once again. The crew, shaken and unsure of what had just transpired, quickly made their way back to their ship. They did not speak as they sealed the hatch, nor as they turned their ship toward the stars. They had seen something beyond comprehension, something that could not be explained by the simple rules of the universe. And so, the quarantine zone remained, sealed off and shrouded in mystery. The legend of the last one lived on, a warning to all who might seek the forbidden knowledge hidden within. But like all good legends, the questions lingered, unanswered. What was the artifact? What force lay at the heart of the station? And who, if anyone, would dare to return? The universe, vast and unknowable, held its secrets close, and the quarantine zone remained a place where only the brave, or the foolish, dared to tread.